Oh Lord, I'm gonna mess this man's name up. Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertanton.com, coming to you with your no frills, the voice commentary from a singer. Oh, it's the fifth and final night of the Voice Blind Audition Season 11, and the teams are almost complete. We're gonna finish them up by the end of this video. I've been dodging spoilers. Have you guys been getting all these spoilers coming at you? I've been dodging them left and right to keep my judgments clear and not get ahead of the competition. But do you like the spoilers? If you do, tell me why down in the comments. And if not, tell me why down in the comments. I just don't want to see them because I want to be surprised. I want to be delighted. I want to hear everything with fresh ears every time I see it. Also, do you think Alicia Keys and Miley Cyrus' coaching choices so far, did they surprise you? Or do you think they're great? Do you think they're terrible? Let me know down in the comments. Let's start this conversation off. All right, we started the competition with Shannon and Whitney, a duo. They were sisters, 23 and 25. They did Landslide by Fleetwood Mac, the Dixie Chicks version. That's a lot, right? This is our first duo on the show and our only duo that has auditioned that we've seen. And they've been singing together all over the world doing missionary work with their parents. There have been spoilers all over for these two, and I've managed to skip all of them. I needed to cut the TV off right before the show because they were doing a spoiler on the friggin' entertainment show right before the show came on. Oh, Lord. They started out tag teaming on the song. One did a line and then another did a line. Oh, that sounded pretty bad. But anyway, all the coaches seemed to really be feeling the solos and looked very surprised when they heard the great harmonies. There is nothing like family for close harmonies, and they blended so perfectly together. Adam turned first and then Blake and Miley immediately after. Alicia also turned and Shannon almost couldn't finish. She was so excited. All the coaches stood for them. Adam told them it was really, really, really beautiful and they blew his mind. Blake asked them what version they were doing and told them they really drew him in and also talked about his success with the Swan Brothers. Alicia said there is no box for where they are going to fit in and the world needs the two of them, saying they represent the future. And Miley said there's almost a psychic connection to their harmonies, and they chose Alicia Keys after saying they wanted Blake in their package. They didn't say why they switched and why they changed their mind, but Alicia has been doing some very, very touching pictures. I've been like, whoa, Lord have mercy. I'll be standing there like, oh, please take me, Alicia. Yes, I definitely want you. I want you, Alicia. Johnny Reyes was up next. He was 25. He did Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls, and he brought out his guitar and had a tender approach to the start of the song. The crowd went wild when he went into his higher register. Such richness in his lower register, though. I was really enjoying that. He kind of had a boy band vibe and popped out a great falsetto, and the coaches still didn't turn. I was hoping beyond hope that someone turned for him when Adam and Blake finally turned around, and Blake and Miley stood for him. Adam told him he needs some refinement on the falsetto and said he was strong and consistent. Miley told him also that he needs to make his falsetto stronger and said Adam is the falsetto guy. And Johnny chose Adam because he's been singing his songs forever and relates to him in so many ways. Next up, we had Maye Thomas. She was 27. She did Roses by the Chainsmokers. And I liked her style and her voice had a very cool ring to it. Adam was the first to turn and she sang to him a little bit but didn't miss a beat. She had some pretty boppy moves going on with this too, with very solid rhythmic moments, and Miley turned and started dancing along. Blake was pimping Miley to her. Adam told her she had a different voice but a good voice and gave her a criticism about being a tiny bit flat. Miley liked that she started jamming and dancing on stage and told her she'd love to have her do a song that's more about her, and also said she's going to make her the gothic Dolly Parton, and Maye chose Miley. Make sure to thumb up the commentary and let me know that you choose Robert Anton to do the voice commentary. Also, check out my story time video. I just put it up about following your dreams. Very timely with all the contestants talking about how they moved here and they went here and it's their last chance and all that good stuff. I think you will enjoy it. I'll put a link above for you. Johnny Hayes was up next. He was 28. He did Traveler by Stapleton, and he's in a rock and soul band, and he had a nice voice with a lot of baritone flavor and a high gruff belt. I like the song choice, but wasn't crazy about his falsetto turn he did. No coaches turned for him. Adam said there was a lot of good, but it was up and down. Miley said he was so close, but there was something that was making them all hesitant. Alicia said he'd shine if the song was a little bit more about him. Then Courtney Harrell hit the stage. She was 36. She did Let It Go by James Bay. And she started out with that little moan that I like as someone starts the song, you know, just getting us into it, feeling the vibe and all that. And then she launched into such a sweet and tender rendition of the song. Great tone and pitch, and she was getting several rounds of applause from the audience. Miley was singing along and Blake turned for her. Then she hit a huge, quick high note and Alicia hit her button about a dozen times. They both stood for her. Adam noticed she was a little nervous. Blake said he heard a brilliant voice and he couldn't believe how good that performance was. Alicia said she felt so much of her soul and she gave her a very emotional feeling. And Courtney chose Blake because he respects true artistry. Then we got a montage with Tara Lane, Charity Bowden, JSoul, and Belle. They all went to different teams. And Kylie Rothfield was up next. She was 23. She did Wherever I Go by One Republic. Wherever I go. Da, 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 da. Ah, she brought out the electric guitar and I screamed when she announced this new song from their upcoming album. I've been playing it non-stop and loved her rendition of the song. Though I thought it lost a little of the intensity, she had a great, really grounded sound and even did a few nice falsetto high notes. Blake and Alicia turned at the last minute. Adam called it solid, great guitar playing, and called her awesome and great. Miley thanked her for being an amazing singer. Blake told her there was never a moment she didn't have him and ripped Alicia for being a new coach, saying he had a lot more experience. Alicia called her completely herself and in her zone and in her power. And Kylie chose Alicia because she felt like she got what kind of singer she really is. Natasha Bret was next. She was 17. She did Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley. And her mom was on Full House and she was so nervous and crying before she hit the stage, but she was ready when she started singing. I liked how she had some nice little phrasing changes on the song and Adam turned for her first. This song has been done and done, but she made it seem fresh and made it her own. I really enjoyed it. Adam said he heard a self-assured girl singing well and really special. He told her to work on getting her nerves together, and Miley said it got too tricky for her, though Blake had said she had some great runs. Blaine Long was up next. He was 40. He did Have a Little Faith in Me by John Hiatt. He brought out his guitar and started acoustically. I felt like it was just a little rocky start, but could tell he had a nice voice and it settled into the song and showed a lot of warmth and fullness that filled the room. His comfort on stage was also very reassuring. Then Miley and Blake turned for him and Blake stood to strum along. Adam turned and he pointed to him. He's like, hey. Real cool. They all stood for him except Alicia. Alicia said she would have turned if her team wasn't full, and she also called him effortless and fluid. Miley liked his simplicity and said he wasn't distracted or taken over by the environment. Adam said he thought he was a great singer and the riff he did made him push. And Blaine chose Blake. Next we had Nicholas Ray. He was 32. He did I've Got the Music in Me by Kiki D. And he started out pretty resolute, but it sounded to me like he wasn't quite sure or wasn't quite in the correct key, just a little flat. Miley was bopping her head and he pulled out a nice falsetto, but no coaches turned for him. Adam said there was some great stuff and called the last part ridiculously flawless. Blake said it felt loungy. Alicia asked him what he would sing like on one of his gigs or something, and he sang My Guy, and I still wasn't feeling his sound and vocal production. Next we had Ponciano Seoane. He was 25. He did Home by Philip Phillips, and I don't know that this song has ever been done on any of the competition shows, so I was stoked to hear it performed. He plays several instruments, so I figured he'd be very musical with good pitch, and I wasn't wrong. Blake said pretty as soon as he started. Then Adam and Miley both turned for him. He had just a hint of rasp going on in his tone that I really liked, and he also had a decent falsetto voice going on in there. Adam said he feels everything he's singing, called him introverted, but said it translates to a large audience. Miley kind of rambled. I don't know what she was talking about. And Ponciano chose Adam naturally. Then we had another montage with Story, James Paek, and Sophia Joel not being chosen for a team because Miley is the only one who has a spot left on her team and she wasn't feeling them, obviously. And in the fifth spot, we had Josette Diaz. She was 27. She did Love Yourself by Justin Bieber. And she came out with her guitar and had such a clear, pure voice. Loved her youthful energy and the simple joy that came across as she stood there just so comfortable on stage, just singing the song, smiling, giving everybody some love. Nice melody changes to show off her upper range, and a nice a cappella ending that got Miley to finally turn around. Adam called her a bright light. Miley said the other coaches would have turned if their teams weren't full, and that is the end. And all the teams are full, yay! And tomorrow night, I don't know what they're gonna do, some kind of recap or something, I don't know what's going on. So with all the contestants talking about moving to follow their dreams and all this different stuff, make sure to watch my storytime video. Again, I have a link posted for you about my move to New York and, you know, just coming to pursue my passion and follow my dreams. Also, make sure to thumb up the commentary. Let me know that you stuck around to the end. They announced the mentors for this season. For TeamAdam, it's Sammy Hagar. For Alicia Keys, it's Charlie Puth. For Miley Cyrus, it's Josette. And for TeamBlake, it's Bette Midler. Oh my God, I can't wait to see her. This is Robert Anton, RobertAnton.com. I am out.